You are listening to GHP Radio, powered by iTrackRadio.com, your independent music source. Fresh, new music, right here on the all-new GHP Radio, your new independent music source.
Makes a bright sunshiny day in a land of make-believe. I never could conceive you're lying here next to me. She's so fabulous. My boo is so marvelous, marvelous. The way we met, it was so miraculous. I feel so fabulous. Ooh, oh, oh. What a wonderful feeling. Leaves me rocking and reeling. Loving you's been so dope. A shining star so full of hope. Just to hold you, been so real. It's the thought of you. You've been my biggest thrill. She's so sensuous. From the first time I saw you, it made me curious. And if you leave, girl, I'd go furious. My boo is so fabulous, fabulous. Yeah. Love is about giving. Every day so fulfilling. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. Just you and I, a wonderful love song. It must be sent from above. The flowiness of a dove. You're my boo. I'm so into you. Ooh. A wonderful feeling. A wonderful feeling. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're my boo. You're so fabulous.
Takes my breath away.
Takes my breath away. No one makes me feel the way you do.
Spending all my nights, all my money going out of the town, doing anything just to get you off my mind. When the morning comes, I'm right back where I started again. Try and forget you, it's just a waste of time. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me, 'cause I was wrong and I just can't live without you. No, no. All day long, wearing a mask of false bravado, trying to keep up the smile that hides the tear. Was when the sun comes down, get that empty feeling again. I wish to God that you were here. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me, 'cause I was wrong and I just can't live without you. No, no, no. Now that I put it all together, give me a chance to make you see. Have you used up all the love in your heart? Nothing left for me, nothing left for me, nothing left for me. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me, 'cause I was wrong and I just can't live without you. I was wrong and I just can't live. Baby, come back. Wake it up, shake it up, steer it up, baby. Wake it up, shake it up. I see you by the ocean, walking alone. Oh, after a brief encounter, baby, I'm drawn up to the magic in your eyes, beyond the hesitation. You wonder if you're ready to open your heart. You can have the best of things, sweetheart. Come on now, we'll take it slow to start. You can have the best of things, sweetheart. Baby, I know. At times it's not so easy to let new love in. No, we're so afraid the hurt will happen again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But rest assured the sun will shine. You'll see a new horizon. Your destination's waiting. It's time to arrive. You can have the best of things, sweetheart. Come on now, we'll take it slow. is open. I love your smile. Smile. We've been vibing for some time now, baby. I can see what's on your mind. I can see it, baby. And I know you wanna feel my body. Let's just take a little time, little time. You wanna get closer, but it's too soon for me to give it up. Oh, babe, I love it when you take time to come over, but it's too soon for me to give it up. I've been thinking about you all night, 'cause you made something come alive. And when I touch you, you get so hot. We about to lose control. Stop it right here. I don't wanna lead you on, 'cause we ain't there, but I want to. We've been vibing for some time now, baby. I can see what's on your mind. I can see it, baby. And I know you wanna feel my body. Let's just take a little time. I wanna get closer, closer, but it's too soon for me to get
1,000 years, drowned in a pool of tears, wasted all my precious years. Don't you leave me now, oh no. Looking for my shadow dancer, travel through the universe, searching for my long lost soul. Now that I have found myself again, I won't stay. I wanna stay with me. I wanna stay. I wanna stay. I won't stay. I wanna stay with me. I wanna stay. I wanna stay. Blessed with my newfound chances, happy with my guardian angel, grateful for the many changes. I will never fear no more. I won't stay. I wanna stay with me. I wanna stay. I wanna stay. I won't stay. I wanna stay with me. I wanna stay. I wanna stay. I won't stay. I wanna stay with me. I wanna stay. I wanna stay. I won't stay. I wanna stay with me. I wanna stay. I wanna stay. I can pick up the pieces. I won't pick up the pieces. Yeah. I can pick up the pieces. I won't pick up the pieces. Yeah. I can pick up the pieces. I won't pick up the pieces. Yeah. I can pick up the pieces. I won't pick up the pieces. Yeah. I won't stay. I wanna stay with me. I wanna stay. I wanna stay with me. I won't stay. I wanna stay with me. I will never fear no more. I won't stay. I wanna stay with me. I wanna stay. I wanna stay with me. I
go. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Indie Live Spot. And very excited today because we have a special guest. Actually, we got two guests. Actually, if you're looking at the screen there, we have our guest, Prophet Michael, and also CEO of Enthrone Records, Mr. Andre Pittman is in the house. Everybody help me welcome these fine gentlemen on the show.
Hey, Andre and Michael.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Great.
Could be better, bro.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, guys, welcome to the show. And
thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. We're excited about having you guys on, and
Yes.
thank you. It's great to see you, Andre, as well, because you've been
Impromptu.
Yeah, you've been sending us some stellar artists over here, and it's just wonderful to have you on with us on this particular time because you know I've been trying to get you to come on anyway. So
We'll, I promise we'll do that. We'll do that. This was just I was trying to be a filler in the meantime. You know, I promise we'll do that. And we've got a lot of people coming your way, guys.
Awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about what's going on with Mr. Prophet Michael. Tell us about tell us about your name, and then also tell us about the new single that you have, and then of course we can go into what we was actually talking a little bit before we came on the air behind.
All right. Greetings, everyone. I'm Prophet Michael from Los Angeles, California. I'm a gospel artist, and I'm out of South Central Los Angeles, California. I grew up in South Central, and I have brothers, siblings, 8 boys and 1 girl in my family, and I'm the 7th boy. Actually, I have some cousins that's in the industry that I follow behind. My cousin Sidney Justin is a singer. When Shalimar was Howard Hewitt left Shalimar, he replaced Howard Hewitt. When Smokey left the Miracles, my cousin Sidney Justin replaced Smokey. Him and Carrie, they are the new Miracles. So I've been around the music industry, you know, since I was a youth, you know, just growing up in Los Angeles. And my brother actually, rest in peace. Last year, he was the drummers for the Whispers around 72, around 74. So I've been around, you know, since, you know, with the music industry since the youth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
We actually know Sidney.
And God's on Fire, huh?
I said we actually know Sidney. He's been on our show.
Oh yes, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from Sid.
Yeah,
with
and
this
also
music.
we had the Whispers on here not too long ago too.
Right.
Okay. Yes, that's an honor.
Yeah.
Small
Please.
world. But I didn't know Sidney replaced Howard Hewitt, though. I knew about Smokey, but not about Howard Hewitt. I could see that, actually.
Yes, he was with Shalimar, with Mickey Free. Yes.
Wow. That's awesome.
And God's on Fire, actually, how that song, he's my play auntie, Doreen Edwards, she gave me that idea actually for that God's on Fire. So I went back to the studio and recorded it, and I gave the idea to Diedrich, and Diedrich said, "Hey man, this is a great song. I think I want to get on this song here." So, you know, me and Diedrich, we hooked up and we did this song, and hey, I'm honored to be, you know, a friend of Diedrich's.
Okay.
And also, I'd like to kind of get into what we were talking a little bit off air before we came on, and you could probably speak to it a little bit, Andre, about what, you know, about the youth and all that. You know, what we were talking about on that issue.
Yes. You know, again, the campaign is basically for the hungry, not the full. Now, this is a different campaign of how we approach, how we would approach hip hop gospel. because it's not traditional. And Go Tell It on the Mountain are wonderful songs, but those are songs that a generation ago or 2 generations ago we're listening to. We have a lot of things to do out in the public, and the number one thing is to get these young kids at least back to listening to gospel music. Either way it goes, hip hop, gospel. If it catches them, the rhythm catches them, and we have to feed the hungry, not the full. And again, when you go to church these days, all your parishioners in the audience are older parishioners, and that's basically a dying church. So we have to turn this thing around and get these people, these young kids, back to church, because we've got to get them something to offer them. And through music, we could do that. I mean, Regina Bell had a single out called "Make It Like It Was," and everybody thought it was an R&B song. But if you listen to the lyrics, it was a Christian, contemporary Christian single. So they slid it in where radio could play it, and gospel music can play it. But the kids heard the track and fell in love with it. So, same thing with Kurt Franklin and all those people. Mary, they're using R&B tracks and putting contemporary lyrics on top of it, which is a great campaign, because you could have both and attract both genres.
Yeah, that makes sense though, and that does happen too a lot these days. Because there's nothing wrong with the old traditional stuff or anything at all. It's just, like you said, just trying to put something in front of the youth so they can kind of relate to it as well. So I definitely get
absolutely nothing wrong with it. Correct.
Right.
But
because they want something to do with, and we have to feed them. They want something to do. They want something to change with. But if we don't give them something to change with, they'll never change. Are they gonna listen to the secular music? We trying to change the movement.
Like I said, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. But see, them old folks up in them churches, boy, I tell you, they ain't even going for it.
Right. No, I totally agree with it. But the problem is they're losing the audiences, and the parishioners are thinning out. And if you don't have a lot of young people in your church, that's a dying church, because all these older people are going to go home and have gone home.
Yes.
And so what the church is going to be? What? I'm sorry.
Well,
and they have to be far as the older crowd and the ministers and the pastors, they have to be open to it. A lot of when I first started getting into to the gospel rap, it was hard for me to perform inside the churches, because the pastors, the ministers, and the older folks, they wasn't accepted, because they was thinking, hey, this sounds like secular rap. So we had it has to be a mindset which comes from the elders to the youth.
Yeah.
Well, you just think now, a lot of some of the pastors like Kirk Franklin, Mary, and such as Yolanda Adams and things like that, And like I said, the gospel rap is coming into the view now.
Yeah.
And then you got a lot of young ones that switched over and start going to church. Well, they still listen to the secular music, jazz, blue, R&B, and stuff like that in the hip hop. They're gonna listen to that. But like I said, if you're doing the gospel thing and the rap or whatever, because I already know that y'all use some of the R&B tracks to do this stuff with.
Yes.
And that's what they're gonna pick up, because they're gonna feel the beat and catch the hook of it. So yeah, I think they'll fall right in like they should be. But some of these pastors that run these churches,
that's right. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But the thing is that if they're looking at saving souls, as opposed to the mighty dollar, because that those parishioners is dwindling, because every weekend or every month there's a funeral, and you gotta replenish replenish your church, because it is a place for worship and not for denial. People will say, well, you're not dressed a certain way to come to church, but I heard you come as you are.
Well, that's what I always heard. You know, since you was talking about that, my brother just called me this morning, a baby brother, and told me one of my friends just passed away. I said, you know, things like that. We're getting out of here. Getting out of here.
Yeah. I mean, that's real talk. That's so
that is
true.
real talk.
Yes. And like I said, you know, I just thank God I'm still around here, you know.
Amen.
Because I'm an old man. May not look like it, but I am old.
But you've seen changes.
They was yours.
No, I say, here we go, G.
You know, like,
I mean, if I can get a word in edgewise,
I'm gonna let you in because you know I'm old. I don't want to lose my thoughts here, but but besides getting the youth acclimated to it, the ones that you really have to get acclimated is these preachers.
Yes,
you got to get them.
You have to get those young preachers.
Yes, get
there
the
you
young
go.
preachers.
Because them old preachers, I understand they stuck there on that rock, and that's stuck on that thing there. But they're the first one to see that their audience is dwindling, and you know you can't numbers don't lie.
Well, that's
right.
very true. That's very true. But you know, like you said earlier, you know, to them it's about the money. That's all they concerned about. Then when they sitting there reading the Bible, quoting the different scriptures, hell, excuse the expression, they trying to benefit themselves.
Yes.
They ain't benefiting that audience.
I'll give you an example too. Because like when I perform sometimes in the churches, I do a lot of youth events. Like on a regular Sunday morning service, maybe, it's usually a concert or a youth event. A regular Sunday morning service, it's very seldom that I will perform on a Sunday service like that. So that's the mindset of the pastors.
My pastor, he's pretty young. He's young. I've been knowing him almost 20 years, and he's young.
Yeah. Now, Joyce, what was you going to say, Joyce? I wanted to hear.
Okay, thank you, Gary. I love it. I agree with everything everybody's saying, and I wonder about and I have been, because I grew up in the church, and I've been Catholic, Baptist, and non-denominational. And what I see in church, who said it, that it's the most divided time on Sunday morning? Churches love to create a culture, a single culture that doesn't involve. So if I walk in and my culture is more of an R&B, funk, or whatever, but yours is, what is the type music that hill songs? Hill songs, happy hill songs. But I like, and it's you can't find churches that know that, churches that will blend the cultures, if you will.
Right.
And considered another genre or whatever, because every church I've been in, there's no way they would allow a rap to come.
Right.
Maybe this one, because there was a Christian drum line thing that I thought was very unique and very dynamic. But so churches have become like country clubs where membership is required, and this is how you act.
Right.
Right. A list of things that you should and shouldn't do that are not even in the Bible. Okay. And and the youth, they're not crazy. They know that. They can see. Right. I mean, I think that they don't realize how transparent they are. And so you're talking about an omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent God that you're trying to hold in a box. A box that you built. And it's much bigger than that. It's much bigger than that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have a cousin in Houston who's doing Christian rap, and we talk sometimes about his struggles.
Struggles, for sure.
Getting in there and getting gigs, and he and his sister is a singer, and they got some amazing stuff. But a lot of times when I try to say, "Hey, can you listen to this?" Oh, we're not doing that. You know, we can't do that. But I think that what he is doing, I love what he's doing. I can't rap. I'll keep playing that saxophone, okay? But I can't rap. But even playing the saxophone, because you know, I'm not as old as Mac, but I am older.
You would left me out that one.
I think I'm a mother and grandmother, I know, right? But when I graduated from college, I didn't want no saxophone in a church. No, it has to be a keyboard. But when you study music history, when we try to say this is church music, let's go back to the Renaissance period and hear what church music was, and it sounds nothing like it does today. So a lot of what we have identified as church music is a man-made creation, and it has nothing to do with God. Respectfully, I say that.
And hats off to you guys, because there's a lot of radio stations that won't even consider that music. I mean, as far as rap, gospel rap. I used to work with a group called the Gospel Gangsters, and they ran into the same problems because of churches are traditionally, you have to do this or that, or you cannot do it. But again, you're running these young kids out of your church.
You are.
Yep.
I say, young kids, go ahead and start your own.
Yeah, nowadays, you got to be in a special little clique. From the preachers to the ministers to the saints, you in a special little clique. And only one saxophone player that I know that was able to go into church, and that's Mark Allen Felton, to go into churches and play his saxophone and get away with it.
Oh, now today I'm more accepted. I play not on the regular, but I'm not going to be hired on the staff, if you will, but I get invited for special occasions. At one church, the pastor wanted a couples gathering, and he said, "I want gospel music. I want some good R&B. You know, it had to be clean, and
of course
that kind of music, and they love it." So there are a couple of pastors in the area, and one wanted to hear John Coltrane. He said, "Could you play John Coltrane?"
See,
they're progressive.
See, George, you hitting this nail right on the head because you know my uncle was before he passed away. He was African AME.
Okay. Okay.
And he loved the jazz, and he would go out and have himself a drink, you know. And I got a friend, and George know who he is, Phil French. This boy plays gospel all over. He just left out of California the other day, and he's doing a lot of performing up there in Maryland. And the boy is tough. And he plays sax, but he's in and out of them churches.
But I don't play just gospel music though.
Yeah, well, he don't either.
Because my thing is it all belongs to God.
Absolutely. And there's gospel jazz.
Yeah.
You know, and so they're dealing with the same scenarios as these gospel hip hop people, because you know, you're breaking tradition. Well, tradition, they broke tradition when you know, when gospel was made famous in Chicago. It was a combination of jazz, blues, R&B, and it's like there's always an evolution.
Well, since you were saying that with the gospel jazz, since you were saying that with the gospel jazz, most people in the church, they wouldn't think it was gospel. They would think it was just jazz alone. But see,
it's the devil's music.
Yeah. But if you listen to it, see, if they listen to it, then they'll figure out, hey, this is gospel jazz. Because what's his name, G, up there? He got What's Molette? What's that Molette's name?
Who?
He got a gospel jazz station up there. That's what he do. He's in Detroit, and yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's talk about your track, though.
Okay.
What's the name of it?
God's
on Fire.
God's on
God's
Fire.
on Fire. Featuring Dietrich
How did you
Hatton.
come about that? I mean, you elaborated some earlier, but can you go back and maybe tell us a little bit more about that? Because now that I hear about how you guys think,
Yes.
tell me from the concept. I mean, from the time that I thought was conceived, and
Well, actually, Dorian Edwards, which is my play auntie, rest in peace. She gave me this idea for this song, "God's on Fire." I was at an event with her one time, and she was like, "Hey, Papa, what you doing?" So I said, "I'm working on my album. I'm working on some new songs." She said, "I got a great idea for you." She said, "God's on Fire." I said, "Oh wow, that's hot. Oh, Auntie, that is great." She said, "You got to do it, and let me know. And I want to be on this song." And then so I said, "I'm doing a song with Dietrich." Dietrich said, "We're gonna do a song together. So maybe I'm gonna run this by Dietrich." So I ran it by Dietrich. We recorded, and there it was. I went to my producer. I got a great track from my producer, Big Jess from What's Up Productions, and there his song was history, and it was made January 22
of this year.
Yeah. Yes.
And how many? Is this a part of an album project? Or
yes, at this part, my album is called Life, and I'm actually a rapper. Like, I talk about our black struggle. God, can you help us? God, keep your arms around us. God's humble us. That's the type of rapper I am. I talk about our black struggles, basically. Lord, can you help us through these struggles and stuff? So that's the type of rapper, and that's why my album is called Life, because I'm talking about life issues. I have a couple of crossover songs, which they're crossovers, but I'm not using no profanity. I'm talking about our struggles on the crossover. The one is featuring Snoop is on there, and I do songs like that. And so God's on Fire is just basically talking about God is on fire because with the struggle that I'm going through. He's always going to keep his hand over me. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to get through it through his hand. And God's on fire because from all the things he have done in my life that I've been through, from the gangbanging, from a gangbanger to a prophet.
How does that happen?
God is on fire.
How do you go from a gangbanger to a prophet?
Salvation.
Yes,
but I want him to.
My grandfather was a minister when I was a kid, so we went to church. But then in Los Angeles, California, when you come to the neighborhoods, you are surrounded by your peers and your kid friends and family. So in South Central, back in the days, wherever your parents land in Los Angeles, California, or that's where you was from in the neighborhoods. Wherever your parents landed in the 60s and in the 70s and the 80s, that's where you was from. So I went through that transition of gangbanging and church, but I have praying parents.
Dude, that's a shame, boy.
They can give up on you.
It's really a shame, come out of South Central there, and it's a lot of us in South Central, but everything is, they wants to be hoodish. They wants to fight all the time, gang banging,
right?
Stuff like that,
Yeah, but there's some pretty flowers in the middle of all that.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, always.
Yes,
always.
I've been going to Compton.
It's some good flowers too, but I know that's the hand we was dealt with.
Oh yeah.
So we got, as a youth, you got to make the most of your time. I have a song like that, make the most of your time. And you go through that transition, but you can come out of it. I was strong enough to come out of it. I still, they my friend and they my family, but I played football. I went to church. I played basketball. I kept a job. So, I was pretty occupied, but they still my family, still my friends. So you go as living in Los Angeles, as a youth, you're gonna go through that. Some
Mhm.
people do, some people don't. I went through that transition.
Well, you
That's
know,
true.
the
Right.
thing is, you know, it's a lot of in South Central mothers, no fathers.
Yes, I didn't have a father. I grew up with my grandfather
Where you say
and my brother.
Yeah, but you had a male figure in your
you had a
life.
male
Yes,
figure
yes,
in your life.
You can have a father at home and he's still absent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
That's true.
And that's all over the United States.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, you know,
Absolutely.
I know people personally, single parent, and they came out just fine.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, they still come out fine,
Mhm.
but a lot of them, you know, they slip through the cracks.
Yeah, with my
Yeah.
my husband, it was his grandfather. He looked forward. He said when he was little, every summer going spend weeks with his grandparents, and
Yes.
so the community can very well help in a situation.
Shape you.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, actually, like myself, you know, living in Oklahoma, I had a parent, but I also had a village too.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
And I had
Well,
a parent
I would like
with a
I would
whip.
like to encourage every. I would like to encourage every youth. If I can go through the gangbanging system and then turn
Right.
around and turn my life around by Christ and through prayer and through family members encouraging me, you can do it also, young man or young lady. You can do it too. With a
And-
lot of encouragement, you guys can get through it. You can
And
get
this
through
is
it
what
and
I've
turn your
always
life
told
around. I did it.
my husband, because he comes from the projects from Chicago to Shreveport, and I told him the
Yeah.
best preachers
Yes.
come from the gangbangers. The best preachers come from the drug dealers. The best preachers.
Yes.
Those are the
Yes.
ones I'm looking for.
Yes.
The ones that had this perfectly planned life, everything was in order, the silver spoon, this is
Yeah.
how you do it. And oh, now I'm a preacher. Who are you going to help? I mean,
That's right.
I don't mean to be disrespectful.
That's why I say my
But your
Yeah.
background, I would be more inclined to go hear you preach than somebody who's never had a struggle. And because
Right.
I grew up with
Right.
struggle. Because when you're
Well-
talking about the
Right.
Black community and writing about it, man, I loved hearing my
Yeah.
grandfather talk about his struggle and what his grandfather went through. And I loved hearing my dad talk about my great great uncle. And then long story short, found out he ran. They were trying to kill him because he was a runaway slave. So it's those I can relate to struggles, but I
Yeah.
cannot relate to when I hear a preacher and it's just so soft and milky and I can't relate.
well, you know,
No, you're right.
So it's not just the youth. It's us older folks too. We're listening going, man, I need something harder than that because I can't relate to that.
And some churches, they have like 8 o'clock service, 10 o'clock service, but those different services cater to different ways of prayer. Now, some people like, very somber prayer. I'm Catholic, but my father was Baptist, so I would always go to the Baptist church because it was popping, right? But on the other side, growing up Catholic, I appreciated the solaceness and the yin and the yang of it. So everybody's got their thing of how they want to, praise him or which is good. But these young kids need to be reached out to.
Well, in the Methodist church I came from, but I was there, but I knew him. He
Yeah.
was a gambler and a pimp.
Well, that's a combo.
Yeah, he was a gambler and a pimp. I'm telling you.
Wow.
And he went to church. He was the pastor at the church, the Methodist church that Gary know about and I know about, Bethel.
Mm-hmm.
He was the pastor there. But I forgot how many years, but I
I gotta
know
grab
on the street.
my battery pack, y'all. I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm just grabbing my cord
Okay.
for my battery.
All right.
Okay.
But he was a gambler and a pimp. And
And he was converted or saved. I mean, he wasn't still gambling and pimping.
no,
right?
no, he wasn't still gambling. No.
Look at
Some
that.
churches
No.
are like
He
that.
changed his
Just-
life.
Just like the bling pastor who got robbed in his church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Ooh. Okay.
Man.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I mean, what do
Heard
you
something about that.
Did you see it on YouTube? He's wearing all these Gucci
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
that stuff. I don't know if it's real or not, but
Well-
you could see the robbery in his church actually go down. That's crazy.
Some people think it was a setup. I don't know.
But you know,
I just went to sleep. not
those
thinking
kind of pastors that's wearing the bling bling. Then you walk out there, he's driving a Mercedes or what is that other one?
Whatever it is, a Tesla.
Rolls Royce.
Rolls
I ain't got that. I wouldn't go to that church. I wouldn't, because he's got all the bling on him. And he's driving a Rolls Royce sitting out there. That's telling me he's pimping the parishioner that's in the church.
But you'd be surprised. The parishioners say, "I wouldn't want my pastor driving nothing else." It's that type of mentality.
Well, yeah, I do understand that. But the thing is, Andre, if you need something from that pastor out of that church, I guarantee you're not gonna get it.
I agree. I agree.
Well, I mean, if the parishioners or the members are all multimillionaires, billionaires, then the Rolls Royce is not
They
going to
ain't
be there.
gonna be there.
But if you're in a
No, they-
small country church and everybody is poor and
Struggling, yeah, right?
and you come up with a Rolls Royce, yeah, that's a problem.
Yep.
Well,
I mean,
like
there's a
Reverend Ike.
Rev Mike, all he talk about is the green, and he's a Kojak, but he's gone now. E.G. Patterson out of Memphis.
But he sure could preach.
Yeah, see, that's
I gotta
my
look
wife
at-
brought up in, right? But I know I went to the church one time, and he was preaching. He was telling the name and claiming, boy. I'm telling him to bring out the wicker basket. Then he was preaching on the name and claiming. Then you look out, he's bringing out the silver tray. He had preached a little longer. He said, name and claim. Then he bring out a gold bucket. They've done it. Back had two big old brothers at the door. I said, boy, I'm talking about they was dumping money in there. But he had this old church on Mississippi. That church is still standing. Then he built another church, brand new, on the property there. Then across town over in Whitehaven, I call it Blackhaven, but it's Whitehaven. He had another church over there. But after his passed and everything, and his wife was still living, brought the pastor in. Boy, I don't know what really happened, but they heard him got rid of him. Then they brought back the complication. They had took it to St. Louis, and about a year ago, maybe two, they brought the complication back to Memphis, where it should have been all the time.
But
I think it was Charles Blake that replaced him.
That's who it was. I couldn't think of his name.
Charles Blake out of Los Angeles.
Yeah,
That's
they
my
got rid
pastor.
of him too. You know that, right? He's no
I'm
longer.
sorry?
Yeah, him and E.G. Patterson wife, they got into it about something, and they got rid of him. Got rid of the pastor. Yeah, they got rid of him. I think
Got rid of whom?
the pastor that's doing the bountiful blessing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was doing that, but he's been at West Angeles for many years.
Well, I don't know, but something happened at Bountiful Blessing. The pastor that came in there after E.G. Patterson passed away.
Right. I don't think it was the same guy because Pastor Blake has been the head of the Kojic Church for decades, and now it's now they passed it on to one of the his wife is a gospel singer.
His son is the senior pastor now of West Angeles because he gave it to his son, passed it to his son.
Maybe I was wrong for him, but I know after E.G. passed away, the other pastor came in. Then they moved the convocation to St. Louis,
Oh,
and
Right.
they had a lot of disruption there in the church, and they brought it back. But that pastor who was there, they got rid of it.
Huh.
oh wow.
Right.
But I was, earlier, Gary asked about your name, Prophet Michael, and could you elaborate? How did you become Prophet Michael? How did that come about?
Well, actually, when I started, I was young prophet. God gave me that name. I was searching for a name, and I just asked God, I need a name, and He gave me prophet, young prophet. And I was young prophet when I started. To my sophomore album, changed to Prophet Michael. So that was a God-given name.
Okay. How old were you when you were given that name?
Oh wow. I don't tell the age now.
I mean, I don't know your age now.
We know you. We know you old. So
But,
Yeah.
but Prophet Michael,
Yes.
there are a lot of prophets out there, and there have been some that call them prophet lying. How do you feel about how commercial being a prophet has become? Because everywhere you turn, there's a prophet, whether it's about who's going to be president, calling off the African angels, all kinds of stuff going on. And we're going, so do you think that because of some of the false prophets, has it affected the legitimate prophets? And could you elaborate that? And also tied into
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of, there's a lot of false prophets. God said it's going to be false prophets. So we know that, and you as a prophet, you got to hear the word from God. Now, when I first started my music, I asked God, give me something for your people. It's not about me, because I never was a rapper or entertainment. I asked God to give this to me. My brother was called Cali's Finest. I used to go around with my brother and them to studios and this and that. A lot of people used to ask, what you do? I said, man, I work on music video. I was always working on productions and stuff like that. When Master P was blowing up, I worked on a lot of those productions. Lenny Kravitz, I worked on a lot of those productions. I used to work for Channel 5 as a lot laborer. Then I worked for Mad TV. I did it all. So production wise with prop masters, and so I used to go around to the studio. People just ask, what you do? So I said, oh man, you better start rapping, man, because people are gonna ask what you do. So I went home one day. I said, God, teach me how to rap, because I wasn't never a rapper. I used to sing a little bit, but I asked God to give me something for His people, as He taught me how to rap, because I wasn't never a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked God to give me something for people. So that's how I started learning how to rap. And God started giving me things. And everything I ever wrote, God had gave it to me. So if you listen to my words, is anointing. It's pathetic. It's prophetic. I'm saying, excuse me. So, my words is just. It's of God. I don't speak of anything else. It's nothing but God. So far as me as a prophet, I just ask God just to give me the words for His people. And that's what God does. He instilled words into you, into your spirit, that's you to relate to His people. And that's what I do.
Mm-hmm. And how has your church received your rap?
I go to West Angeles with Bishop Blake, doing the rap around the youth. They received it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I like that.
Thank you.
Well,
Yes.
I think we ought to go ahead and introduce the track to everybody.
Okay.
And then we can come back on the flip side of it and talk a little bit more. Would you like to introduce it, Prophet?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Y'all heard it first. This is a world premiere on the GHP radio, the Indies live spot. You heard it first. World premiere. Prophet Michael, God's on Fire, featuring Dietrich Hatton, What's Up Production, powered by Enthrone Records Entertainment. You heard it first. Keep it locked. This is a world premiere. God's on Fire.
All right. Here we go, y'all.
And for more than a lucky chance, but what is that was
the prophet, the whole squad lit. T-Church, Heat, D-Hattie. Let's go! My God is on fire. 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 He was talking to Moses. What happened? The bush is on fire. My God 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 is on fire. He was talking to Moses. The bush is on fire. My God is on fire. I dropped to my knees, saying my prayer. Why does it feel like nobody cares? This is a cross I have to bear. Yes, I have faith, so I ain't scared. I see the devil. I put him right under me. Thank God for my angels. Everywhere I go, they cover me. I know who I am, G. Your opinion don't bother me. Everywhere that I go, they see the God in me. This pandemic's man calamity, it messed up the economy. I'm an anomaly. They taking shots at me. My God is on fire. 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 He was talking to Moses. What happened? The bush is on fire. My God 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 is on fire. He was talking to Moses. The bush is on fire. My God is on fire.
My God is on fire. I gotta say hallelujah. We give it the highest praise. Hallelujah. The devil's a liar. Tell him to get it behind you. The angels are standing beside you. Oh, my God is a fire. And in the midst of the darkness, I'll be the light. I got my war clothes on, ready to fight. I'm in the zone, I'm dropping the mic, dropping the mic. And the proper call, we can do this on sight.
My God is on fire. 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 He was talking to Moses. What happened? The bush is on fire. My God 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 is on fire. He was talking to Moses. The bush is on fire. My God is on fire.
His word is my weapon. I use his word like a gun. And I'm not afraid of a battle, cause I know we already won. I put my faith in his son, D-Hattie and Prophet, you know they've been molding me. Now he got me on fire, and you can see it all over me. Now I lead by example. Whenever I speak, I'ma teach. And I don't just talk it, I walk it. I'm practicing what I preach, and I preach it over a beat. That's what it takes to get you to look. My God is on fire, here come the heat, bringing the hook.
My God is on fire. 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 He was talking to Moses. What happened? The bush is on fire. My God 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 is on fire. He was talking to Moses. The bush is on fire. My God is on fire.
Yeah, God is the I am. He lets me know that I can. He put that Holy Ghost fire inside of me. Now I'm the man. This is holy ground where I stand. So I bow, embrace hands, then I wait on his commands. This spread fire out through the land. My God is on fire and he don't get tired, so neither do I. Whenever the enemy wanna come see me, tell him I'm high, so come to the sky. I'm with the most high. They sent me to the empty that's not filled, cause the fire's real. And with faith, then God will. Yeah.
My God is on fire. 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 He was talking to Moses. What happened? The bush is on fire. My God 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 is on fire. He was talking to Moses.
on the
Let me
label.
know. My cousin's out there. He was excited. He got some
Okay.
show he's performing at, and I did hear a song on a radio, gospel radio, where they have like an hour or two of gospel rap.
Yes.
So he's out there plugging and doing this thing. I said, okay. I said, man,
Where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm in
Where
Dallas.
you at now? Huh?
In Dallas.
In Dallas.
And my cousin is in Houston.
And you, Gary?
Yeah, I'm in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma, Gary? Okay.
Yeah.
Mac?
Mackie Mac.
I'm in Fort Worth.
Huh?
I'm in Fort Worth, Texas, originally from Oklahoma.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, my mom was from Amarillo, Texas.
See, they was a couple of 100 miles from where we at.
Yeah, I'm a Southern boy with an LA mentality.
All right. Well, we are back. We're back on, and man, that was hot. That was hot. You guys did a really nice job on that.
All right, thank you.
Everything is hot.
If them youngsters don't pick it up, there's something wrong with them. They got to be mentally retarded or something.
Right.
I'm saying.
That's my boy. What's Up Production, Big Jess. Yeah, he's a great guy, great producer.
I like how Gia Hyde. I think Gia is in Los Angeles, isn't she? Doesn't she live in LA?
I think so.
No, she was in Houston. I don't know.
Oh, Gia, she said, yes, whoop, whoop for God, with hands up and fire and everything in the chat.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But I mean, everything is great about the track, the production, the vocals, the rap, the lyrics, the mixing and mastering, everything.
Thank you.
Great. So now, while we were off the air, I was asking about Andre, the label Enthrone, and
Yes.
I didn't know this, but you are his first. Will you elaborate on that? First gospel.
Yeah. I'm the first rapper that he signed to the label. He has a lot of contemporary or just traditional gospel artists, or just regular R&B artists on the label. So I think I'm surprised and and honored to be the only rapper or just gospel rapper on the label.
So only gospel rapper, but he has other gospel, but just not rap.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, Latrice Lawrence, she's a gospel artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Latrice on the show.
Yeah, that's how I got to Andre, because Latrice is my friend, and Latrice said, "Hey, Mike, man, I'm gonna see if I can get you to the label." And then me and Latrice have a song called Crossroads together, and I haven't released that song yet. It's a real great song, real great. It's like a gospel love song. We going back and forth, you know. We going back and forth.
You mentioned something that's interesting. You said Latrice helped you get on. How important is networking in the music business?
Oh, it is very important. You got to know. Everybody have a clique, so you got to know somebody. You got to come in with somebody. It's like when I did this song with Diedrich. This is my introduction to the music industry, basically. You know,
Okay.
so you know.
Tell us about Dietrich, though. Who was Dietrich?
Diedrich Hatton. Did you guys see the Preachers of LA?
Yeah. Oh,
Remember
that. Okay.
Yes.
That's who it. Okay.
That's who's on that song. That's who's singing.
Oh gosh. Okay.
That young man that's on Preachers of LA, Diedrich Hatton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Well done. That song you heard. Well done. That's Diedrich.
Okay. I don't remember that one, but I bet I have to think about it, but I know who you're talking about now.
Yes.
So how did that relationship come about?
Well, actually, I know his brother, Gerald Hatton. Gerald's a producer for Mary and for a lot of people in the industry. So me and Gerald was friends for many years. And then I just kept on, pursuing Diedrich, like, hey, man, I got to get a song with Diedrich, man. So my friend Terrence Church, he's a friend of Diedrich. Terrence Church is a cameraman.
Okay.
So me and Terrence was friends. So he really put the real introduced me to Diedrich,
Which answers
So
the
that was
question too about networking, about knowing people, about you just
Yes.
oh wait,
You gotta know people.
we'll call it divine appointments. Okay.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That has really worked for you. I like hearing the backstory about things like who's Dietrich. I'm glad I asked because I had no idea who that was, but it sounds great.
Right.
Were there any challenges?
Thank you.
What are some of the challenges? I know even in gospel music, what are some of the challenges in this music business? We like to think, oh,
Well,
better in gospel, but I don't think so. But you elaborate.
Okay, well, just like having a superstar as a feature, there's stigmas with trying to put this song out. Is he was at first he was signed to a label. He had to get off. He was with E Entertainment at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
He got off that contract. Then I was able to put out the song once he was off that contract. So it took me a while to put this song out because, you know, he was still under contract. He said, Mike, I'm almost off this contract. So once he got off that contract, I was able to put the song out. So it's a lot of stigmas like that, you know, just putting the song out. And then this is a big song, so everything has to be right. As far as a feature artist, you know, you have to promote and get this song in a professional way. And I'm an independent. I start promoting this song by myself at first till Andre got a chance to hear this song. So it's like you say, it's about word of mouth, and you gotta know who you're dealing with as far as artist wise, because every show, just like doing shows with this song, he's not gonna be able to do every show with me. If there's money involved, yes, he's gonna perform. That's just like any big artist. If there's money, if there's a budget with the live performance, yes, they're gonna show up. And that's why I made another version. I made a version with him in it because you heard that it was more rappers on the song. So I made a version where I'm just rapping by myself and Dietrich's on the hook and he has his verse. I can play his verse, you know, and then I can still do my rap where them other guys is not there. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of things to do, and you have to know what to do at all.
All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Go ahead, Joyce. Go ahead.
I like hearing what you're saying. Going back to that, because it sounds like throughout your life you made an effort to stay relevant in the music arena, getting to know people, talking to people. Because I had a conversation with an independent artist. And he wants to meet for lunch so we can talk about, share with me what you're doing. And I didn't realize that there's such amazing artists out there that didn't take the effort. I think that for what I'm hearing from you, you have to be engaged, stay engaged constantly.
And be persistent.
Be persistent. Yeah.
That's what Mark Allen Felton used to say. I used to call him every once in a while. Say, I just check up on you. I say, Mark, I'm just calling, checking up on you, buddy. He said, Prophet, man, that's one thing I love about you, man. You always persistent, man. You'll call and check up on people and this and that. That's what I do with my siblings. I'm the one who calls and check up on them. I wish people do me like that. I'm the one who's praying for my family. Like my granny used to say, boy, just do your part. Do your part, boy. That's what I do. I pray for everyone and I just do my part.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, what I know that when you are performing, do you prophesy while you're performing? Do you preach, teach, or how do you do your shows? I'll call it a show. It's a ministry, but how do you conduct it? Do you get up there and you rap a song, or do you speak to the audience?
Well, actually, you know, my friend Tim Bishop Brown used to always tell me, Mike, when you get up there, you are paid to perform. You're not paid to preach. So when I do get up there, I greet the people, and usually I say a few words, and then I get into my set because I'm not there. I didn't get paid to preach. If I was preaching, then I do a little sermon, take my time. But usually you're under time, so you got to get into your set.
But you minister even music anyway. See, that the thing is that the pop music is so powerful, and it can reach the depths of a soul, that as opposed to just, a speech. So you do it anyway. And
Yes.
speaking of getting paid, let's talk about in the church.
Hey, Joyce. Hey, Joyce. Yeah, you talking about let's get paid, but a lot of them all they want to say, well, we ain't got no money, we just take a love offering.
I mean, we've talked about, Gary and Mac and I, we've talked about this before, how, some churches approach you. It was about 10 years ago. I just came back to music 12 years ago. And she was a woman we were in some kind of chat on a site. And she commented, Christian musicians should play for free.
Right.
And you should not be playing outside the church.
Yes.
And I think maybe one person in the whole chat line agreed. And her response to me was, can somebody go get prayer at your jazz club?
Right.
And my response, can somebody get prayer at Walmart?
Right.
Can somebody go to a school teacher and get prayer at school system?
Yeah.
So why is the criteria for Christian musicians different from everybody else? I know some churches where the pastor works a full-time job and he can't pray for them. The deacon works a full-time job. But somehow some people feel like, oh, well, we're just giving you an honorarium, or, a love offering.
Right.
And without realizing, like one preacher said, this is your business.
Right.
This is what you do for a living.
Yes.
And in other words, like I tell somebody, when you call the air conditioner repair person, did you say, I'll give you an honorarium? And I remember I played for a women's conference. It was their first one. And our church and other churches had a member in the whole committee. Oh, Joyce, will you play for us? We don't have a budget, but you can sell CDs.
Right.
Okay, I'll do that for you guys because I know you're trying to get this off the ground. Well, next year, fast forward, she asked me again. I said, well, how much did you pay the speaker? $2,000 plus hotel and travel. I said, wait a minute. But you didn't give me any money, and you still want me to play for free? But I said, I don't mean any harm. You said she wrote a book. Well, I recorded an album, and with all due respect, everybody in here can write a book. But you will pay the speaker thousands of dollars, and you know what? I turned it down. So I'm giving you a backstory to ask, how do you feel about all that? And what's your?
I don't like it at all, because even when I first started, a lot of people say, "Oh, you got to do this, and you can perform." Oh, we try to give you exposure. That's their favorite word. We try to give you exposure. Well, I've been around now. I don't need no exposure. A lot of people know my name now, so I don't need no exposure. I did a lot of those freebies. Mm-hmm. I did a lot just to get my name started.
Right.
But now, as I got like a year ago, I tell them, people, look, man, you got to give me something. I can't just keep taking these love offerings and, benefit concerts and this. Now I'm signed to a record label, so I really can't do it for free.
No, you can't. Mm-mm.
So I did one about which is a friend of mine, Tim Bishop Brown, because when I first started, he had me in all these concerts, so I had to give back to him. Someone like that, I give back, but. Yes, I want to get paid. I can remember this Bishop Kenneth Wells used to say, man, hey, we doing this, it's ministry, but people out there getting paid. So y'all better just stop thinking ministry, and you better think about dollars, because getting paid. So I remember he said that. So
because everybody else is getting paid.
Everybody else is getting paid.
Speaker got paid thousands of dollars. Whoever you hired, if you had food catered, they got paid.
Yes.
Everybody. But for some reason, and I think it's up to us as musicians, as artists, to say, you know what, we're just important. And I mean, do it respectfully. I'm not saying be rude. And I try to be as respectful as possible. When I ask, okay, did the catering company get paid? Like, I mean, I did a fundraiser where they had LA parking. They got paid.
Yes.
Boy, I tell you, that's what I hate, boy, because I got some friends, and they're always talking about, man, this and that. Yeah, can you get them to the church? I said, well, probably can.
Right.
Then they're gonna talk about. I asked about the dollars first. Well, we get a love offering.
Yeah.
I said no, because in them love offers, you mean not getting them but $4 or $5. That ain't worth it.
Hey, I'm
I
like
don't
Tina Turner.
care if it
You gonna
is
get
the
20
church.
bucks.
Yes, I don't care if it is the church.
Yeah.
You still need to get paid.
Yeah, look, I'm like Tina Turner. What's love got to do with
Do
it?
it.
I do these
Hey,
interviews.
let me throw this hook on what
Okay.
you just got through saying
Yeah.
about Tina Turner.
Uh-huh.
And they got a damn thing to do with it.
That's right. Yep. You're right.
Love ain't got nothing to do with this.
Love ain't got nothing to do with it.
No,
Nothing.
when people take advantage of you, you're right. You know, and it's almost like they expect it. And this lady who said
Right.
she was a pastor, here she is expecting us to play for free, expecting us not to work or play anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I told her, I'm like, I told her, I've already talked to God myself.
And you taking offerings at the place, at concerts and revivals. You taking offerings. So you telling me you don't? There's no money. There's not a budget.
That's true. You can't
But,
give
you
me
know,
something.
Right.
I walked away. I didn't
Yeah.
get $1. I did sell
Right.
some CDs, but nobody offered me any money, and I was okay with it until something said ask and to pay $2,000-$3,000. The speaker got, and then
Right.
sold merchandise. So you can say, well, we let you
Right.
sell merchandise, but the speaker got a few $1,000s.
Yeah, but
And
see, that's totally a lie there, because I know they have the money and the budget. Okay.
Now
And
let's.
that's-
Now
She
look at
was the host of this show,
Yeah.
and she was in Oklahoma doing the lupus with one of the church there, and I know Marty paid her anywhere from 3,000 to anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000.
Wow.
Okay, the following year, bro, Tony Exum there, he got paid because they made sure they have a budget.
Mm-hmm.
I could have did some concerts and they told me you can get there, but you can sell your CDs. We'll give you a little love offering, but you can sell your CDs. And that's just like interviews. I got Dietrich on this song, and he's a major star. People want to get him on the interview. I say, well, he costs. I'm trying to shoot the video, and that's gonna cost me.
Yeah.
So if it's gonna cost me, what you know it's gonna cost you.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of churches, man, they don't want to spend no money. But I'm telling you, if you're a main headliner or something, they finna spend that money.
Yes.
They
Yes.
ain't finna spend it on you. We just
Right.
get some love off them.
Right.
I walk away from that every time.
Yeah.
Every time I walk away
Speaking
from it.
of, headliner, I have a friend here in Dallas. He was telling us that his band was opening for major R&B artists. I'm not going to say who it is. He said they sound so good. The headliner said just pay them and tell them to go away.
Wow.
Yeah, he paid them not to play. They got their pay.
Wow.
So my point is that there's some major talent out there that's getting ignored.
Shoot,
Right.
you talking about some of them just come in and the headliners, and you bring somebody and open up the show.
Yeah.
Boy, they eat it up, and the headliner said back, he did not do a thing.
Yeah.
They didn't do a
Right.
thing. Go, I ain't gonna call no name, but I can call one name I know. Joyce Spencer.
Oh,
She was on the show,
so don't put me in this.
and the promoter said, boy, she tore that stage up. But the artist that she brought in, the feature artist that he brought in, he done good. But
See, he'll put me on the spot, G.
I'll just tell you what was said to me.
Okay, all right.
That you took the show. Well, the other cat didn't take the show. You took it.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing. Because you find them.
Look
You
at
find them
God.
out there. You find them out there that They just open up the show. They better than
Yeah.
some. They bet a lot better than the headliner.
Wow.
Well, I think that people like me and yourself, everybody here actually, struggling people that have been left behind, overlooked, we
Yeah.
just go in the corner and we keep working harder. But if it's always been easy for you, you're not going to put that much effort.
Well, I give you this.
If it's easy for you, if you got your
Yeah.
dad saying, "Hey, just do this," or
That's right.
don't worry about it. But the rest
Yeah.
of us that we don't have those advantages, we will
Yeah.
tend to work harder because we have to. I remember when I was growing up. Is it fair? No, it's not. My community, my mom and my aunties and whatever, say you have to work twice as hard because you're
Yes.
black. I went,
Yes.
yeah, you have to work twice. You can't do this. So
Right.
we were brought up with, okay, we are what's the word, marginalized or whatever, and so
Right.
I got to work harder. So that's ingrained in me. So I think that's what happens. When you grow up with that, knowing that I have to work harder. I mean, I'm old enough to remember I was a baby, early elementary, when we integrated, and how tough that was.
Yes, it was. Yes.
And then realizing I got to work harder because people are judging me just the way I look, the color of my skin. You know what I mean? Just all kinds of things that you have to face with. So
Right.
if you grew up in an area, you were poor and everybody looked down on you, then you work harder. So I think
Okay.
that's what happens.
Yeah, like here in Los Angeles. Okay, I'm a gospel rapper. Okay, now here in Los Angeles we got nothing but gangster rappers.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to break through.
Compton.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
hard for me to, as a gospel rapper. It's hard for me to break through because all we have is secular rappers here.
Right.
So I'm making a way out. God is making a way out of no way for me. I can say that.
Well,
Happen.
I
Is
can
this-
understand all that. I worked
Yeah.
on a job. I worked on a job for 31 years, and I know good and well I was so lazy.
Yes,
But I've done my work. I ain't trying to work harder.
right.
I don't want to see nobody. I train somebody, then that person move up the ladder, and I'm still down. No,
Yeah,
don't work for
right,
me.
right.
Oh, that happened.
And it
When I was-
shouldn't work like that in the music industry.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, like you said earlier, you have to find your clique. I hate that word, but
Oh no.
find your way. Well, gee, what did I say a few years ago? I'll just create my own lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
you
what you
gotta
have to do.
Yeah.
That's-
So like I said,
yeah.
being a clique in that clique. No. You
That's
got-
what my music. I'm trying to find my own lane. That's why
That's
I
right.
call it life, because I talk about our struggles. I'm a gospel rapper, but I'm a life rapper. Actually, it's just more
Right.
spiritual. I think of the time when Bob Marley said, "Songs of redemption." That's what I do. Songs of redemption.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you go back to the clique, boy, them cliques ain't. You got to jump through too many daggum hooks to be in one of them cliques.
Yeah,
And it ain't
exactly.
worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, right.
Stay
I
in
think-
your lane.
I
Yeah.
just take it one day at a time and be creative. And I find there's so many tools to help you be creative, to keep
Yes.
your brand going, to develop it and keep it going. Like Gary, he's been creating these music videos using stock videos and certain website, and I got inspired by, and I created a
Yeah.
video for saxophone.
Right,
And
I saw it.
and I infused it with stuff from my family. I have my auntie, she's 91 years old, and she's dancing. And I put that in there. So just
Yeah.
being creative. And when my auntie saw it, she said, and I quote, "Where in the hell did you get that from?"
Right. Yes, yes.
She didn't even remember it. But it was recorded like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe even longer. But that's why I have like so many external hard drives with 2, 3, 4 terabytes of video. I keep a video journal of stuff I do, and sometimes I go
Yes.
back to look
Yeah.
at what I could use. And when I found that one from a family reunion, we had a Soul Train line. So my point is, one of my friends said, I'm learning from you. I'm like, I steal from everybody else. We steal from each other. We are always learning from each other. Like,
Right.
let's see how did you do that? Let me try that.
Yes.
See how that works. And you really can't copy anybody. You can use what they're doing, but you're still going to be creative. In other words,
Right.
I said, Gary does a good job using stock videos. Let me try that. But mine still doesn't look like his. That's my point. See what I mean? But
Yes,
see
yes.
how that works. So let's learn from each other. If something is working
That's
for
true.
you, Prophet Michael, I might say, let me try that myself. That might work. But it's interesting because we're talking about being indie artists, but you're signed with an independent label. And even with, I'm assuming it's an independent label, right? Enthrone?
Yes.
Yeah. Even, Mac was, I agree with Mac. I have to admit, I'm even paranoid about even signing with an independent label because one approached my husband and I, because he manages me, and my husband said, I'm going to quote the rapper that said, if it doesn't make any dollars, it doesn't make any sense, or something like that.
Right.
But
that's the old saying.
but I still like, you know what? I'm still paranoid about signing. Do I want to work with people? How about, what's the contracts when you're just, I can't think of the word, it's a simple word now, where you're not committed. What is it called? You guys, you know what I'm talking about, type of contract where you
Not the
got
360 deal, no.
no, when you're managing, but you're not solely reporting to this one management company.
Right.
It's a
Right, I know what you're saying.
but anyway, so tell me, I don't know how long you've been signed with Enthrone. What are the advantages of, because there's some indie artists who were in the chat line, like JC Smith and Henry Mixon, etc. YJ, Yvonne J. Talk to us about your experience about being signed with an indie label, and how long have you been with them?
Well, actually, since I've been signed with them since November. Before, I was an independent artist for many years and just doing it myself. Far as being independent, it has a lot of advantages where you don't have to answer to no one. You answer to yourself, actually. But you have to make you have to have the know-abouts on how to put your music in each platforms that is selling, as far as media, Facebook, and all that. So you got to know how to do all that as an independent. As a label, they know about that stuff and they doing that for you. But reason why I signed with Enthrone, because he had Universal Music Group UK as distribution.
Yeah, okay.
I thought that was pretty big. So I said, well, hey, I mean, that's over in the UK. That's Universal Music Group. So I wouldn't mind trying that. And then it's a year signing. So it's one single. I didn't sign for an album. I signed for a single. So I said, this is only one song, so I don't mind. I need help with this song, actually. So I knew Andre can help me go to the next level as far as what I can do, as far as these interviews. Look, he's getting me through these interviews that I never imagined. You know what I mean? Set me up with interviews. And so there's advantage of being signed to a label if the label is going to do something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you got some labels that ain't doing anything for you, so you got to get out there. I was signed years ago to Tape Publishing before. The Tape Publishing, you give them, but you got to do all your work yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't the way to do it.
Just like,
Yes. That's
Yes.
not the way to do it. You sign up with someone to, then you wind up doing all the legwork.
Right.
Before I started the internet radio with Gary, I had put together a tracking for terrestrial radio.
Okay.
In every genre, right? And where they would get the tracking sheet every week and stuff. I'm steady calling and moving it up the ladder and stuff. And I was gonna do this for $3,000. They give you 6 to 8 weeks, then add 2 more weeks on top of it. Then you gonna see where you standing in the rotation.
Yes.
You know, oh man, we ain't got no money to do that. So, you know,
everything is payola. Everything is payola now. So,
it was payola then. But the thing was, like I said, I knew quite a few terrestrial was in terrestrial radio.
Yes.
Because I've been doing this since the 80s.
Okay.
You know, I knew a lot of people. Still, if they ain't dead, I still know some. They ain't got the dirt coming on. Just like I was talking to a friend of mine, with community radio that's here. He's a blues singer. So I'm getting ready to do is put this play, Sam Cooke, the Sam Cooke story, and have him do the advertising. But the thing is that, you know, they holler, well, I ain't got no money. I used to tell one cat, I said, man, you out there playing every week. Take some of that money that you playing, put some money over to the side so you can do your album and different things like that. Then if you're making the money over here, there's a little money over there, you know. So, you know, it's kind of split up. But you working an 8-hour job.
Right.
You know, he's taking the money and paying all his bills. That didn't make sense to me.
No, don't pay your rent.
I put a little.
No, put some money
The
aside.
bills got to be paid, damn it.
Some to the side.
Yeah, well, no, what I was saying, I understand that. But what I was saying is, take some of the money that you're out there performing with and put it over here so you can do something.
They ain't getting enough money.
Right. See, as an independent artist, when I was independent, I had to fund everything. I'm funding my album. I'm funding the studio. I'm doing all this. Even nowadays, even if you sign with a company, companies ain't putting you in the studio unless you got a production deal.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand the whole thing. But if you out there, you know, you playing every week somewhere, you can put some of that money aside so you can do for your project. Although you're still working an 8-hour job, your 8-hour job is taking care of the household bills and stuff. But if you out there performing and making that money, put some over the side so you can do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So you making the money.
I got faith. Well, it's just like in my record company, I got faith in Andre. I know Andre can take me to the next level, but I still do my part. I'm still out there promoting my stuff on the radio, internet radio. I'm still doing my part. You know, when I got a radio interview, I let Andre know. If I hooked that up, I let Andre know. If I hooked up a radio show or me, I'm getting aired on the radio, I let Andre know because I'm still doing my part. I told him I can't sit back. I can't sit back.
Oh no,
but that's what I'm saying. And you know, you doing what you need to do, and you probably working an 8-hour job at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, see, but you out there promoting yourself. Then when you go and perform, you take that money that you performing on, then you do whatever you need to do over here to promote for your music. Am I really wrong?
That's right.
It depends on what your budget is.
Well,
right.
You don't know what these people making at their other job.
You don't know.
I did mine. I did mine on
that.
part time. I don't even have a full time job. I work part time, and I'm still able to take something and go to the studio because I'm motivated like that. That's me.
Well, that's the only thing I'm saying.
But you know,
that's the only thing I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm saying. If you working an 8-hour job, it doesn't make no difference how much money you're making.
Right.
So
you better
that
put something
is
to the
take
side.
care of your household. True. But if you guys been performing every weekend, playing, take some of that money and put it over here so you can do your projects. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Okay. Here in Dallas, there's some small venues that are playing a whole band $300.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They might get 500. Some people, they're just when they're starting out, it's rough. Let's say you want to release a single. Let's say a single. Okay, I need a producer. I need to do this. That's thousands of dollars already to release a single that you can sell for how much?
99 cents.
99 cents. And then you turn around and tell me, I'm still getting emails from radio promoters. Oh, but
Right.
this is a special. I can
Hey.
do this and this for $5,000.
It
Yeah.
sells for
Okay.
99 cents, and the company gets a percentage. You get a percentage. The producer get a percentage.
But see,
And Spotify and all these streaming services, they split pennies in terms
Right.
of royalties.
the only thing I was saying is that
That
this is what
part.
I'm saying is because see, I was doing terrestrial radio, and
Yeah.
it wasn't hardly no it wasn't no internet radios there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I was doing the promotion and stuff like that, moving the group up to the radio charts and getting them name in Jazz Ears or Jazz Time and these different magazines and stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah.
What have, like Janet Jackson said, what have you done for me lately?
That's
Well-
right. That's right.
Well, I'm not Jazz Time, but like I said, only thing I was saying, when you're doing stuff like that, you know, and we know you're working an 8-hour job. We know that.
Yeah.
You know, I know if
Said
you
part-time.
wasn't playing doing that thing like you working that 8-hour job, but you still paying your bills.
Heard the story. I don't know how many times.
Yeah. But take that money and do your project. That's one thing I'm
That's
saying.
right.
Just puff
What's
you
wrong
out.
with that?
Hey, Gary and
Yes.
Joyce, I gave you guys a request for Facebook. Please accept me.
Okay,
Oh,
I will look for
I
it.
gotta look for you, Mac.
Huh?
I gotta look for you so I can.
Just put it with our
Add you on
McDaniels
Facebook.
on that. You'll find me. You'll see a trumpet. Then the other one, I don't know what's it.
Tell them your real name.
Okay.
Edward. His
Edward.
name is Edward McDaniel.
Edward
Edward
McDaniel.
or McDaniel.
And I use my middle name, and I use my last name. That's my acronym, Ray Mack. So you know.
Right. Okay.
But you can
Gotcha.
find me. I'm very easy.
Yeah.
I got you.
All
No,
right.
you know, I just like to see it. You know, I know what I went through with the artists. I knew what I
Yeah.
went through.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Prophet Mike. Well, tell everybody how they can support that record. You know where they can get it, and also tell them how they can keep up with you and all that good stuff.
Right.
All right. This album, God's on Fire, featuring Dietrich Hatton, What's Up Productions. You can get this on Amazon, Spotify, Deezer Music,
Mm-hmm.
Apple Music, and YouTube. And you can catch me on Facebook. I'm Prophet Michael Willis. IG Prophet Michael Willis. Twitter,
Willis.
Willis.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter at Prophet Mike.
Right.
And also Enthrone Records Entertainment.
Yep.
It would be Prophet Mike MIKE, right? On Twitter.
No, Prophet Michael PRO
Michael.
on Facebook. On Facebook, PROPHETMICHAEL, one word. Prophet Michael's one word, and then Willis, WILLIS, separate.
Yes.
The last one.
Okay.
Got that.
All right. But on Twitter.
I have one that on Twitter
Yeah.
at Prophet Mike.
Mike. That's what I thought of.
PROPHETMIC. MIC.
I see.
MIC.
I like the microphone. Okay.
Yeah, like the microphone. Prophet
Okay.
and then MIC. That's the Twitter.
All right. I'll look for you.
Cool.
And
cool.
you're on Instagram too, right?
Yes, the same. This Prophet Michael Willis.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
All right. So,
Awesome.
Mr. Willis.
It's been a blast. I thank you guys
Yeah.
from my heart. It's been a blast. I thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truly.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm looking.
Truly.
You're gonna do some great things.
Thank
This is
you. Thank you.
beginning.
Thank you.
You know,
Yeah.
this
And I also have that crossover song with Snoop. It's called Prophet Michael Loose Lips.
Okay.
I meant to go back to that. Did he say Snoop?
Yeah.
Did he say
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I got a song with Snoop on there. A lot of artists out here in Cali or all over, they sell verses. So I bought the right to one of his verses, and I put it on a couple of my songs. I put one with ad libs, and then I got one. It's called "You Knew." It's on Apple Music. Prophet Michael, "You Knew" featuring Snoop, and he got a verse on that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
Doing it.
just sent you a request.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got you. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well,
Yes,
man,
there's
it's
the
been
man.
been awesome having you on, man. Keep doing the great things that you're doing, and we look forward to your
Yes,
return.
sir.
Your return.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Anything you like to say to anybody out there before we go?
Yeah, I just want to tell you guys, stay encouraged. Don't give up. When you think you're down and out, look up to the hills from which your help comes from. God
Well,
is going to always be with you. As long as you love him and do the right thing, he's going to always keep his hand over you.
All right.
And you can make it.
That'll work. That'll work.
Just have faith and believe.
That's it. That's it. All right. Well, we're gonna jump on out of here a little early today. Ray's got to take off real quick. He's got some things he's got to do. I got some things I
Thank
got
you,
to
Ray
do
Max.
this afternoon.
Thank you, Joyce.
Yes, you're
My
welcome,
pleasure.
Mike.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Stay blessed.
Be blessed. Thank you.
all right. Thank you.
All right, Ray and Joyce, go ahead and tell your outros. Let's put it that way. Give you your outros, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay. Well, here's my outro. I said in my Texas voice, outro. I just want to give a shout out to the people in the chat room, and even all those who didn't want to be in the chat room. We appreciate you listening to Gia Hyatt. Thanks for being here. Yvonne J, Henry Mixon, Colleen Keithley, Jazzy K Ward. Thank you. John the Saint was in the chat room. I think it's Mr. DJ Music. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Hopefully. JC Smith was in the house, and Marilyn Ford in the chat room as well. Thank you for coming to the chat room.
Yeah.
There are a few. Hey, do me a favor. Will you share next week's show? Or Gary's always posting. We'd like to build this with more followers. Also, click thumbs up if you like what you heard today. I tell you what, even if you didn't like it, click it anyway. Give us a thumbs up, okay?
Yeah.
And subscribe as well. Let's ask one person, just one, just say, hey, my friend, you got a BFF, a sister or brother, ask them to subscribe to this station. We're trying to get our 1,000, so I hope you could help us with that. So and that's it. I appreciate you guys so much. It's so good to be back. I've been MIA for a couple of Saturdays because I had some shows to do, and but missed you guys. And I'll see you next week. Mac, do your thing.
Well, it's our pleasure having the Prophet Michael on. And like I said, I got tied up last weekend. I was trying to get on the show. My granddaughter's celebrating her 19th birthday, so you get a chance to make it there. But we're sitting there eating and drinking mimosas, some.
Oh.
Yeah, so we had a good time. The place was just full of people. We went to brunch, so they had the brunch, but everything was nice. Yeah, but like I said, I'm getting ready to go to the grandson's birthday little party today.
What a blessing.
Oh yeah, this is my baby girl, Kim. That's her son. He's turning 9 today.
Kim, hi for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell
Okay.
us how-
But now I don't want y'all to forget GHP Radio
Well,
24/7. Y'all need to come on in on there and listen to all this great music every day, and then every day, 24/7.
yeah. Don't cut it off.
But yeah, and I'm coming up with some different things here that's gonna happen in August. I'm gonna start really promoting it on the radio. It's already been on the radio, and it's gonna happen in August. I'm one of the how you say it,
Investors.
promoter.
Investors. Promoter.
Yeah,
All of the above.
all of the above. But it's the Sam Cooke story
Mm-hmm.
and everything, it's gonna be it's gonna be a blast. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a blast.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we're gonna bring in the Marvin Gaye. Then after that, Marvin Gaye, we're gonna bring in Nat King Cole Story. Got a young lady sound just like Natalie.
And you're talking plays, right? You want to let the people.
I'm talking plays. I'm talking plays.
Let them know.
Thank you, G.
Yeah, plays.
We can't
But
read minds.
Yeah, but yeah, it's on 24/7 on GHP Radio. So but everybody have a good weekend and everything, and I got to get the hell out of here. See you later, bye.
All right. We'll see y'all next week, favorite family. Have a great weekend.
I've been in bad situations, but this one feels good to me. A wonderful new sensation makes me drop down to my